Unlike some European countries, Britain has never really had a policy of integration for those that came to live in the UK. Multiculturalism has meant that immigrant communities came and settled here and established communities like this one in East London. They brought with them their food, their clothing, their culture and religion. However, in recent years, some have taken issue with this version of multiculturalism, saying it can lead to segregation.
Under the doctrine of state multiculturalism, we've encouraged different cultures to live separate lives apart from each other and apart from the mainstream.
War der Ansatz zu sagen, jetzt machen wir hier mal Multikulti und leben so nebeneinander her und freuen uns übereinander, dieser Ansatz ist gescheitert. Absolut gescheitert.
Both Britain's former Prime Minister David Cameron and Germany's current leader Angela Merkel said that multiculturalism had not worked. Both called for better integration. Some saw David Cameron's speech as specifically singling out Muslim communities for criticism.
I think he was making a false equivalence between multiculturalism and what he defines as extremism or living a separate life. And I think if we want to discuss those issues, then we need to call them what they are, and multiculturalism isn't what we're discussing.
In Tower Hamlets, British Bangladeshis make up the largest ethnic group at 32% of the borough's population. So, do the criticisms of multiculturalism by Cameron and Merkel resonate on the streets here?
There has been conflicts, there's been a lot of problems. Some communities integrate better than other minorities. Some communities feel like that multiculturalism is changing their towns too much too quickly. But these are challenges that can be overcome. They shouldn't necessarily mean that multiculturalism is a failure.
This area is known for its South Asian restaurants, but now there is growing resentment towards a new wave of immigration from Eastern Europe.
Our old generation, they used to live in this area, they was working in this area, living in this area, but now they don't have any work to do, so they just keep away from the brickline. They can't afford to live there.
Immigration is a contentious issue, and countries across Europe have seen a rise in far-right movements. A few miles down the road from Tower Hamlets, in another part of East London, there seems to be a similar nostalgia of what used to be. And there's resentment against the change that immigration has brought with it.
The white people just moved out, haven't they?
Yeah.
Why do you think they move out?
Because
Too many.
Because they don't treat the same no more.
The white British population in Barking and Dagenham decreased from 80% in 2001 to 49% in 2011. This was also one of the few London boroughs that voted to leave the EU in the Brexit referendum last year. 62% of the borough voting to leave. But for all criticisms of multiculturalism, there are positive examples in mainstream society. British sporting hero Mo Farah came to the UK from Somalia at the age of 8. He went on to become one of Britain's greatest Olympians, winning 4 Olympic gold medals. But it's not only on the track that immigrants and their children have made a difference here in the UK. They've become integral to British society in health, media, politics and business. The story of multiculturalism differs across the UK, but what the EU referendum did was expose deep-rooted frustrations with the idea of it and its impact on Britain. The question is, has multiculturalism worked, or is it time for a new approach?